And I'd like to welcome in debate number 1 on the surgical strike this evening. Representing the Samajwadi Party is Gaurav Bhatia, who is national president of their legal wing and their spokesperson. And the last time Gaurav was on the program, we unfortunately had a disagreement. We verbally clashed. And I'd like to say right at the start how happy I am, Gaurav, that you're back. I value your participation, and I must say it's very sporting to see you back on the Newshour tonight. Appreciate your joining us again, Gaurav. Good to see you.
Thank you, Arnab.
And with us also tonight is Sambit Patra to take on Gaurav. They're old, they've always been on the other sides. Prafulla Ketkar of the RSS. Venkatesh leans towards the BJP. Sudhindra Bhadoria of the Bahujan Samaj Party, and Mayawati has also been racing along with Akhilesh in trying to accuse the BJP of trying to gain out of surgical strike politics. And Saba Naqvi, senior journalist, is joining us on the panel. Are we ready to debate, gentlemen? Well, I must say this, Gaurav, the moment Sambit saw you, there was a big smile on his face. I don't know why. Maybe he enjoys your company. Let's see how long he enjoys this tonight.
No, but when you say, Arnab, are you ready to debate? I would say it's such an unfortunate thing that we are debating on issue.
No, what's Yes, Gaurav. Gaurav is saying, yes, Gaurav.
Yeah, I am only saying that I value my colleague Sambit's presence on the show, and I value being on your program as well. We might differ on various issues, but at the same time, I do respect you as well as Sambit.
Thank you very much, Gaurav. That's the spirit, and that's what the Newshour at the end of the day is all about. Different points of view. We can completely disagree. We can have a right to disagree and hold our own opinion to it, but it's never personal. Thank you very much. To start the debate tonight, I'd like to start with Sambit Patra, and to the other 5 panelists, we'll go straight up till 9:55. And the hashtag is surgical strike politics, and feel free to intervene. Now, Sambit, if you were to look at it logically, some people will say that maybe, Rahul was wrong. Some will say maybe Kejriwal was wrong. But then the BSP is saying the same thing, and the Samajwadi Party is saying the same thing. Today, therefore, in a way, it would not be wrong to say that the entire opposition is accusing you of seeking political mileage over these surgical strikes. Now, is that really a coincidence? But if I take 3 or 4 things you need to explain, you set a bad precedent. You put up posters in UP claiming political credit for the strikes. The Samajwadi Party has continued that trend, thanking Mulayam Singh Yadav for advising the government to carry out the strikes. So, who are you to question the opposition for taking credit for the army's success or politicizing the matter when you yourself started the trend of making heroes of your leaders and poster it for the nation to see? You need to reflect a little back, These posters started coming up following the success of 29th September. And mostly these posters came out in the poll-bound state of Uttar Pradesh.
Arnab, as far as politics of the surgical strike is concerned, finally, in all these debates that we have been having right from the day one of the surgical strike, it boils down to few posters. That certain people put on some posters. Let me begin.
Who are the certain people? Which party are they from?
I'm coming to the point. I remember I'm an avid social media activist. In fact, I keep on watching all the social media posts. The first poster that I saw on the social media, I did not see it on the ground. The poster which was clicked by ANI and others was of Shiv Sena. That was put in Uttar Pradesh. They showed Mr. Narendra Modi. They showed Mr. Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of India and doing a good job. Yes, it's an ally. I would also concede to the fact that, well, yes, certain enthusiasts in our party also must have put some posters.
What do you mean by enthusiasts?
No. Well, I say, well, they have put the posters, certain enthusiasts from the party.
Was this chest thumping?
Not at all. Not at all.
Did you begin that?
Did not begin it. My simple question, Mr. Goswami,
is... You're getting a rebut, but I must come in on this.
Let me complete this.
Sanjeev Balian shows up alongside Prime Minister on these posters.
My question is, Mr. Goswami,
and that 9 posters.
Yes.
One second, gentlemen, 1 second. Let me have one question and then we open this up. 9 questions were put up in Muzaffarnagar alone ahead of the UP elections. Is it a coincidence that the posters bore the image of Sanjeev Balian, who happens to be the MP from the area? Is that using politics? Is that
And a
using the
union
soldiers
minister.
for political gain?
First and
And a
foremost,
union
if certain
minister,
posters were put hailing the Prime Minister of the country, the army of the country, and saying that, well, yes, Pakistan is a terrorist state and what India did was right,
No.
then the opposition could have also used a poster. They are hailing Mulayam Singh Yadav today. We are not opposing to that. You could hail Rahul Gandhi also. Rather than putting
can I
posters,
respond,
what you do
Arnab?
is,
I
you
would like
in
to
fact
come
speak
in.
the language
Okay,
of Pakistan.
okay.
You say that these surgical strikes are fake. You
Open
say
debate.
that it's Khoon ki Dalali.
Opening the
If there are
debate.
certain posters, please
Yeah,
put up
now-
posters saying that Rahul Gandhi is
I
also
strongly
great.
object
He
to the
also
language
supported this.
used by
He
my
also
friend.
supported
You
this
are
surgical
responding
strike.
by
But
asking the
When
question
he
back.
feels that
No, now
anybody
you have two
who
responses.
Did anyone
criticizes
oppose
the
when
BJP
did anyone oppose when
becomes-
Samajwadi
Okay, we're
Party
getting a crowd
did
down
anyone
now.
oppose when
Listen,
Samajwadi Party
Sambit,
today has
let me
posters
respond.
across Uttar Pradesh
Sambit.
hailing Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav?
know,
All
No
right,
problem with
Gaurav
that.
is
strongly
speaking,
object
not
to
two
your
together,
line,
please.
Sambit.
Sudhindra, Bhadoria,
Yeah,
please await
Sambit.
Gaurav and then we'll come
Sambit.
back. We have enough time tonight. We get the first counter. Gaurav, you want a question from me or you want a counter?
No, I first want
Can
to
I
counter,
counter too?
Arnab, then you can ask your question. I strongly object to this debating fashion by the BJP that if you criticize the BJP, you become a Pakistani. I think just 10 days back, it was very credible that all
no,
political
no.
parties
Let him
across
finish,
the
let him
spectrum in the
finish, let him
country
finish.
supported the central government, and they said that we will stand by the decision taken by the Honorable Prime Minister of the country. What changed in a few days' time, Arnab? I will tell you what changed. That rather than honoring the soldiers who've laid down their lives for our country, they started honoring the politicians from their party. And that is, I think, highly condemnable. Second, I would say, not a word to praise the other political parties
Mr.
who
Bhatia, aren't
stood
you
with the
honoring Mulayam
government
Singh
like a
Yadav for the
rock.
surgical
I
strike?
think it
Say it
sets
is fake
a-
then, say it is
sets
wrong
a
then.
bad
I have
precedent
seen posters
when you
myself
fail to
across Uttar
recognize the
Pradesh where you are
contribution
hailing
of every
Mulayam Singh
Indian
Yadav
and
in
all
a way that
political
Mr. Yadav
parties.
is the one
Now,
Okay,
that
not
I
over
would
each
say.
other, please.
For
I'll come
surgical
back.
strike.
The Pradhan
Can I hear
Sevak,
Gaurav, please, louder.
the Pradhan Sevak, Mr. Narendra Modi,
Please don't
has
bring
the
the Prime
time to
Minister into
visit
every
Lucknow
debate.
because UP is poll bound next year.
This
He
is
doesn't
absolutely,
have the
this is your
time to
insecurity,
visit the
Mr. Bhatia.
families
This is your
of these
insecurity.
martyrs.
The Prime
And
Minister
this
goes to
we object
Dashera
to
ground
again.
in Lucknow, and that
then
is your
we
insecurity.
oppose
Okay,
you.
go on.
We oppose you because
no,
we
what's
want
happening?
the
What does
course
this have to
correction
do
of
with
the
the
Let's finish.
government.
He listened to you.
And if an external enemy, if an external enemy comes again, we will again stand with the central government because the nation for us is more important than any assembly
external
or
enemy
central
comes again.
election.
The external
Mr.
enemy
Sambit
is very much
Patra,
there on the
that
head,
is the
sitting on
message
a
I want
head.
to give you.
What is his statement? It comes again.
Don't take
We
your
had an attack
decisions
today itself.
on the basis
No,
of assembly
no,
elections.
no,
You may lose elections, but don't lose the faith of the soldiers. Don't lose the faith of the common man. Don't
Who
keep
is
the
losing the
elections
faith
in
of
mind when you
No,
act.
who is
That is
losing
the
the faith of
message we have
Jawans,
for you.
Mr.
We
Mr.
all
Bhatia?
stand
Who
with the
is losing the
government.
faith of Jawans?
Fight
By
Pakistan,
questioning the
but
surgical
don't
strike,
criticize.
by agreeing
Don't
with Khoon ki
insult the
Dalali,
martyrs
who is
this?
questioning the
who-
Jawans?
What is
who
this?
are
1 second,
soldiers
what
of
is this?
India.
What is
Who
this
are
tonight?
soldiers
No,
of
what
India.
is this?
They are not soldiers of a political party of BJP.
I'm holding something up. Gaurav, listen. Popcorn can't call the kettle black. Listen to me,
Yeah.
Gaurav. Listen to me. I'm holding something. You have a TV set close
Yeah,
to you.
please.
This is for you, Gaurav.
Yeah,
Can you see me hold this up?
Yeah.
This is what I'm holding up.
Arnab, I have seen that
And it's
poster.
on
Can
the
can I
screen.
respond to that?
Gaurav, let me
Can
read
I
this. Let
respond
me
to
read
that?
this in Hindi.
Categorically.
No, let me read this in
I
Hindi,
know
Gaurav
what the
Bhatia,
content
please.
is.
Let
Yeah,
me
please.
read it in Hindi for our viewers who are
Yeah.
not seeing it and then respond to me tonight.
And then
It
allow
says,
me to respond.
POK में सर्जिकल
Yes.
स्ट्राइक पर भारतीय सेना व आदरणीय मुलायम सिंह यादव जी को धन्यवाद व हार्दिक बधाई, जिनकी सलाह पर भारत सरकार ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किया. And it is signed off by your
Can I
Ziladhyaksh, your
respond?
party leaders. Now, one second. I've heard of stealing credit. I haven't heard of something more ridiculous than that. That the Indian army went to Mulayam Singh
Now,
Yadav
can
and
I
said,
respond?
Mr. Yadav, can we go ahead with the surgical strike? Next time you're going to say that Mulayam Singh Yadav para-dropped these soldiers. Next time you'll say that Mulayam Singh Yadav was actually on top of some helicopter or a tank going across the LOC. I mean, this is far from absurd.
Can
This
I
is
respond,
ridiculous.
Arnab?
And this
Allow
is
me to
shameful,
respond.
Gaurav, that you've gone this far. But I haven't finished with you.
Yes.
And I have to ask you a
Can I
question
respond?
because you've come after a long time tonight.
Can I
And I've been
also-
missing you on air as well. And therefore, let me not just point that out, let me point out your absolute hypocrisy. Gaurav Bhatia, you have changed your position. On the 6th of October, last Thursday, when Rahul Gandhi made the Khoon ki Dalali comment, you spoke to Times Now and you said that language should never be used. Today, your leader says that language, if it has been used, he must have thought about it. He must have had some information. Exactly. Your views are in contradiction.
Now, can I respond to both your questions?
Gaurav, Bhatia or Akhilesh Yadav?
They are not. Now, can I respond to both of them? Your first question pertains to that poster that has come up. I would again say, as a former defense minister, Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav has contributed immensely. But he is a man of high principles and thoughts. He wouldn't like to take credit, even if he has supported the government. And if a misplaced party supporter has placed such a poster, yesterday also on your channel I said it, that such a poster should not have been put. Now listen to me, Sambit, Patra, I have the courage to say so. Nobody has the right to politicize a decision that has been taken in national interest, be it from the BJP or the Samajwadi Party.
Oh, come on, now that's so hypocritical. Should we open up the debate tonight? Should we open it up? Should we open it up, Gaurav Bhatia?
Now second, you ask me another question, I will respond to that.
Now this is a democratic debate and Mr. Bhatia, Mr. Bhatia, one second, just a minute. No, everybody pull back for a while. And now I'm opening up the debate and I have a right to make an observation.
Why did Manohar Parrikar, as the Defence Minister of India, say that the earlier government did not have the will to act? Is it not demeaning the nation itself?
No, it is something which is known, Mr. Bhatia.
Sambit, there are others as well. Sambit and Gaurav, opening the debate. MR, Sudhindra, Bhadoria, Saba and Prafulla feel free.
Can I come in now?
6th of October, last Thursday, when Rahul Gandhi made this remark, Gaurav Bhatia spoke to Times Now and said surgical strikes cannot be politicized. Today, he is the one who's politicizing this the most, and he's defending Akhilesh. Okay, Sudhindra, Bhadoria and MR Venkatesh, Prafulla, Ketkar, Saba, Naqvi, feel free to come in. Otherwise, the debate is between two people and that's not fair. So who's coming in? I think Sudhindra, Bhadoria wanted to come in along with Prafulla, Ketkar, opening the debate tonight with the two gentlemen. Sudhindra, Bhadoria, MR Venkatesh on the screen. Mr. Bhadoria, go ahead. Mr. Bhadoria, go ahead.
You see, we have said this. Behan Mayawati ji in her speech yesterday in Lucknow made it very clear, and the statement was made because Mr. Parrikar, the defense minister, said that it was for the first time that the Indian Army had made a strike into the LOC and crossed the LOC. Let me say this, that 1965 war saw us reach near almost Lahore. In 1962, our defense forces fought against China. In 1971, we won the Bangladesh war. It is not the first time that the Indian Army has shown that valiant shahadat which they have shown always in the past. What we are trying to emphasize
just a second.
Sambit, let others come in.
Let me complete. I have with me the statement of... Please bring it closer, your camera. You will see Mr. Amit Shah making a statement that we will fight this election on the basis of the surgical strike. How can he fight this election on the
Sambit Patra is cancelling you.
I was present at the press conference when a question to this effect was asked. Mr. Shah told, we will talk about the valor of Indian Army. So what's wrong? Even you go ahead and talk about the valor. But I want to expose you on the count that even before the Uri attack, Behan Mayawati, your leader, in fact, had stated in a rally that Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of the country, may even go to the extent of starting a war with Pakistan to gain in Uttar Pradesh election. That was even before Uri, Mr. Bhadoria. Remember, even before Uri had happened, Behan Mayawati ji was stating that Mr. Modi may start a war with Pakistan to win UP elections. In fact, you were providing handles to Pakistan. What are you saying today? You had begun the process of politicization even before the attacks happened.
Very clearly stated in Lucknow's rally yesterday.
Mr. Bhadoria, is it not true? Is it not true? You can please Google in the same mobile that you are showing right now to the viewers. Please Google and see what Mayawati ji had said before the Uri attacks. She said that Mr. Modi can begin a fight with Pakistan and will not love peace with Pakistan.
At this level, you know what's happening is so disgraceful. Sudhindra Bhadoria, Mr. Bhadoria, At this level,
Yes.
small observation, MR, before you come in. At this level, Mr. Bhadoria, at this passion with which you are taking credit for what soldiers do, I'm
We are not
pretty
taking
sure
credit.
that very
what
soon you
we are
will.
saying is that the Indian army should be given the credit, not the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Arnab,
Who is
What we are
denying
saying.
that?
That is
Mr.
trying to
Who denies that?
Mr. Bhadoria, 1 second. Gaurav, wait.
And it is sad that they are politicizing
At
the issue.
this level, I think what's going to happen very soon is that Sudhindra Bhadoria will say that the instrument of surrender of the Pakistani forces was signed not before Lieutenant General Jagjit Singh Arora, but before Lieutenant General Sudhindra Bhadoria. I mean, please, Mr. Bhadoria,
That
stay
will
out
be,
of it.
No, the commander-in-chief.
No, stay out of it to a point. Stay out of it to a point. No, Mr. Bhadoria, can I ask you something? And I want MR Venkatesh to come into this, please. MR Venkatesh, 1 second. Mr. Bhadoria, hear me.
That of course is true. That is true that the commander-in-chief, the Field Marshal Arnab Goswami.
Mr. Bhadoria, I'm sorry.
He will
What
politicize
proof
the
that
debate
Mayawati...
Mr.
Okay, here's a
Bhadoria,
question.
if
What
you
proof
will-
does
if
Mayawati
you will
have?
talk like this, Mr. Arnab Goswami, you will be given in the
Mr.
same
Bhadoria,
manner
I asked
in
you-
Calm down,
which you
Mr.
will
Bhadoria,
talk.
calm down.
I will not take this nonsense.
Mr. Bhadoria, calm down.
Arnab,
The debate is on. The debate is on. MR has not spoken. Prafulla Ketkar has not spoken. Saba has not spoken. I have to go back. 1 second, Mr.
You have
Bhadoria.
no right to demean anybody.
Mr.
have
Bhadoria,
no
there's
right to
something called
demean
just good
anybody.
humor.
Can I
Please
come
take it in good humor.
No, I'm not
Mr.
going to take
Bhadoria,
this
I am
from
talking
you,
in
that
good
you
humor.
are calling me Lieutenant
He doesn't
General. What are you
understand
talking?
good humor. They
You
cannot-
see,
Mr. Bhadoria-
our family, our soldiers, our family members have given lives for the Indian army.
You know,
What are you talking,
Mr.
Mr.
Bhadoria,
Arnab
it's
Goswami?
a real
We have fought
honor
for the freedom. We have
to
fought
be
for the
called
freedom.
an house.
Don't tell me
These
that
days.
you
It's
teach
a
me
real honor.
patriotism and nationalism and also what we are. We are soldiers for
Mr. Bhadoria,
everything, for
it's an
soldiers for
honor to be
democracy,
called a
soldiers
soldier.
for
Mr.
freedom, and
Bhadoria,
soldiers for
Mr.
our
Bhadoria,
conscience.
Mr. Bhadoria, please calm down.
We are not
Mr.
Lieutenant
Bhadoria,
General.
please
You
calm
are
down.
maybe the field marshal of the establishment today. We are not.
I have no intentions. Mr. Bhadoria, going back to the question, so we remain very focused in the course of this debate. MR Venkatesh, Prafulla Ketkar, Saba have still to come in, and my question here is this. Mayawati is politicizing the issue when she says there is a feeling among people, Saba, take this question, there is a feeling among people that these strikes could have been delayed for taking political and electoral mileage. Now this question is very strange. Because if a politician comes out and says that the army has timed the strikes for political and electoral mileage, in other words, you are saying that the army is not avenging the killing of its fellow soldiers in Uri, but the army is an instrument of politics and electoral mileage. That is horrible. That is beyond horrible, Saba. Because then I'll have to ask, what proof does anyone have that the surgical strikes were carried out with a sole intention of getting political mileage? Is Mayawati part of the Cabinet Committee on Security meetings? That she has some information on why this was carried out for political mileage? Does Mayawati have CCTV footage? You know, or voice intercepts to prove that this decision was taken with elections in mind? And Mr. Bhadoria, you can scream and shout as much as you want, but the fact of it is, all of this is demeaning our forces day after day. It's not funny anymore. 12 days into Uri, you've demeaned and run roughshod over the sacrifices of our soldiers. I want Saba and MR to come into the debate, and Prafulla Ketkar as well. Saba, please. Saba, you cannot do this. Saba.
So should I?
Yeah.
Arnab, I'm not going to. It's going to happen even more and more. What is very clear is that all the other parties are very uncomfortable with the BJP having one. With the BJP, with the Prime Minister, there is no doubt that they are looking stronger. And the reason why I think even the Bharatiya Janata Party, please don't shout while I finish. I'm making two important points. Even the Bharatiya Janata Party is in its own way definitely politicizing the strikes, which is inevitable in democracy. They are all reacting. And the poster that you showed of Mulayam Singh Yadav is funny. Now the dangers in this process are twofold.
Funny?
Your concern about
How is it funny?
politicizing.
Who is reacting, Saba? Who is reacting?
Prafulla Ketkar,
Who is
There is
reacting?
another.
Who is reacting to
Can
whom?
I finish?
No single leader.
Can I
Prime
finish?
Minister clearly
No,
said
why don't you let
that
me?
there
Why
should
don't
not
you
be
let
any
me
chest thumping
speak?
on this issue. There is. See. Don't.
Yeah, let
you
me
said
finish,
that all
Prafulla,
other
you've not
parties
even allowed
are
me to make a
reacting.
point.
Let me remind you, Saba. Let me remind you. 2007 Gujarat elections. Rahul Gandhi asked question, किसने independence दिलाया? किसने 71 का वॉर कराया? Nobody asked him a question that he is politicizing. He is taking credit for independence. He is taking credit for creating Bangladesh in 2007. Today also, Indian
Prafulla, what are
National
you
Congress
shouting
website
about?
say the same
Mr.
thing.
Ketkar,
Nobody
what are
is
you
asking
shouting
question.
about?
And now everybody is standing with Khoon ki Dalali debate of Rahul Gandhi. What is this nonsense? There are certain issues which are beyond politics. As far as this issue is
shouting
concerned,
about what?
there should not be any politics whether you
Arnab,
election or
people
not.
don't hear.
Okay, Saba and then MR will come in. Saba, complete your point.
I mean, Arnab, I'm trying to make a point here. People are just shouting. He's just shouting a slogan. I'm being analytical about Uttar Pradesh, which I know very
not
well.
giving any
Prafulla, you would just calm down. I'm anticipating as an analyst what will happen. If everyone's going to start shouting.
Analyst,
now there are two dangers to this. One,
don't
you are
pose yourself as independent,
right,
please.
the armed forces
You have
are being
anti-Modi,
dragged into
anti-BJP,
politics.
anti-IRS voice. It is a well-known fact.
These
So don't
armed
hide
forces-
behind your independent tag, please.
No personal comments. Continue. Let him make a point.
Okay, you want to attack me? Now the danger in all of
okay,
this
Prafulla,
is, let me explain to you how the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RS. If I'm not going to be allowed to speak, Arnab, can I finish what I'm saying? If the commentator here would carry on, if I'm going to be allowed, the manner in which it will play out, I will explain that to you. The Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS cadres would like to mix up the external enemy with internal populations in Western UP. That is ongoing. It is happening at the cadre level.
She has
And that is what we would like to do.
BJP and RSS.
Arnab, this is stupid argument.
Please.
And
MR.
Of what you say, Saba, but it's a stupid argument. I'll tell you why.
I am trying
First,
to have
let
a
me wish all
logical,
the viewers of Times
analytical.
Now-
We can discuss.
No, Saba, this is a very, very childish argument. I'll put it across. Now, Arnab, let us have a look at it. Yes, absolutely childish. I'll tell you why. Now you cannot diverse the political leadership of the decision that led to the surgical strikes. You are trying to say that the army crossed on its own? No, there was definitely a political quotient. There was political leadership, and the natural fallout of it is that the party in power will definitely try to gain political mileage.
I'm
This
saying
happened
that.
in 1965. This happened in
Yes,
1975.
I agree.
No.
I
You
don't
please
disagree.
wait a minute.
I don't
I heard you, Saba. I heard you. Have the patience.
I don't disagree.
No, I'll tell you. No, it is not only.
No, Gaurav is back.
I'll tell you one
Gaurav
more.
is debating.
It is not the case.
Gaurav on the left.
It's
One
not
second,
the case of India
Gaurav,
alone.
come back.
It is also
Gaurav
in
and
US
Gaurav at this stage.
where
Gaurav and
Congress committed a fault in the past.
Operation
That does
Geronimo.
not mean
Operation
the BJP will
Geronimo
also commit
is
the same
always
fault.
credited to
And there
Obama.
have to be moments when
Operation
all political
Geronimo is
parties
credited
will have
to
to rise
Obama,
to the
not to
occasion
anybody else.
and will have
Like
to rise
Mulayam
for the
Singh.
interest of the
Mulayam
nation.
Singh is so
What do you
stupid
mean by
that he
this?
says
When you
he
say
has directed
that Congress got political credit?
MR and Gaurav, all I can make out is this point of time. MR and Gaurav, 1 second, let me come into the middle.
Absolutely
MR and
stupid.
Gaurav, stay on the screen. I want to make a point to both of you gentlemen. 1 second, please hear me. Hear me, MR and Gaurav. 1 second. 33 minutes past 9. Every minute of the debate is precious. MR, Gaurav, wait. I need to implement a rule at this stage, and I'm requesting Gaurav Bhatia to hear me. Gaurav, listen to me. I'm implementing a 1 minute rule. 1 second. Well, 1 minute rule is this: you will not speak over each other. I will welcome people in the debate. We are at a very important point of the debate on whether the Samajwadi Party and the BSP has chosen to be on the wrong side of an issue of national interest. On that debate, I'll take it forward on the premise that both of you hear each other. So I will ask a question, then I will welcome everyone in. You will listen to me, and when I say close, you close your comment. So Samajwadi Party goes first with MR Venkatesh on this side, and Sambit, I'll come to you after that. Now, listen here. Gaurav, please listen to me. Mr. Bhatia, with Akhilesh parroting Rahul Gandhi's absurd and condemnable comment, you have joined a host of opposition parties to be crowned not only as the embarrassment of a country at a time when national unity is required, but also as a political party that has tried to drag in the forces into some political blame game. Concede that, Mr. Bhatia. You could have avoided it tonight. When you know Rahul Gandhi has made a remark that has politicized the Indian Army's tactical military operation, why have you supported the move? Explain that. Why have you supported the move?
Yeah, now let me respond.
Gaurav Bhatia, your 1 minute
Absolutely, I will
starts now, and
explain it.
after that I'm going to get a
It
counter,
is-
please. At
yes.
the time when I tell you to
Yes.
close, you will. Gaurav.
Yes. Yeah, I completely disagree with Mr. Venkatesh when he says that since the Congress took political credit because of the fights or the invasions on Pakistan, therefore the BJP is also doing the same. This is the moment to rise and think about the nation. And I think BJP started this one when Mr.
Everybody.
Manohar Parrikar, just a sec, let me complete myself. When Mr. Manohar Parrikar, rather than going to the families of the martyrs, went to Lucknow for a felicitation function, when Mr. Amit Shah says that Dalali to Congress ne kari hai, Embraer or Bofors mein, he is actually dividing the political parties. And third, when Mr. Narendra Modi chooses Lucknow
Point up.
for the Dussehra
Time up.
celebration,
Time up. I'll come to you.
around the
Time
corner.
up. Time
That
up.
is why it is
Time
the
up.
BJP that has
Time up.
politicized. And SP will still
Okay, time up.
stand
MR's
with the
counter.
nation
MR's countering.
whenever
I'm
it
going to
is
move very
required.
fast. I'm going to come to you, MR. Yeah.
Arnab,
Yeah.
Arnab, any political leadership that gives a decisive direction, whether it is eliminating a roadside thug or whether it is crossing the LOC or a war, I think the political leadership will naturally benefit out of it. It happened in US in case of Geronimo, it happened in case of India in case of 1965-1971 war. You cannot diverse it from all this political leadership.
Mr. Bhadoria will respond, then
success
Sambit.
of the army.
No.
And nothing.
Mr. Bhadoria on the left.
Nothing stopped. Nothing stopped the UPA from crossing the border in 2008 when Bombay was attacked. Nothing stopped even the NDA from crossing the border in retaliation to the parliament attack. The mood of the nation
have not done so, but have
Goswami, I
decided
want
not
to
to
react.
publicize.
because
it
they
in
have not
national
even
interest.
publicized.
No, one
They have
second.
not
No,
publicized.
one second.
Because they have not
Since you are
publicized.
trying to determine the cause of this debate, MR Venkatesh, your time is up. MR, your time is up. You promised, gentlemen, don't break the rules of engagement. Do not break the rules of engagement, MR. And my question therefore is, do not break the rules of engagement, MR. You must cooperate. The follow-up is to Sudhindra Bhadoria. Hear me. Sudhindra Bhadoria, answer my question and don't break into a speech. And my question is this, you're going to have to listen to it. And please don't attack me personally. It's not going to help. The question is this, in the immediate aftermath of the
don't
Uri
attack
attack,
me personally,
Mayawati
I
called
will
for
not do it.
concrete assurances and effective steps from the government to prevent an Uri type incident. After the surgical strikes, Mayawati says it was delayed with the UP elections in mind. That is convenient nitpicking. That is convenient nitpicking. After the Uri attack, Mayawati says Modi's talk of... You want to answer the question? Go on. Don't do convenient nitpicking. Question is to the BSP, and then we'll come to the BJP. BSP
not
versus
at all.
Sambit Patra.
We have been saying this for the past few months. Mayawati ji has been saying this for the past few months, that security is paramount. She said this, and you may recall that during the Pathankot, when these people invited the ISI, we were there on your channel also. We said it is wrong. Don't lay a red carpet.
Let him finish.
We are all through on this. And let me also say this. Let me complete. You have given me 1 minute. Let me complete. These and those people who have shallow understanding of history, they only talk like this. If they had won the Second World War under Churchill, but he lost the election. If they had won the Bangladesh War in 1971, they lost and Mrs. Gandhi was defeated. And if they had won the Kargil War, Atal Bihari Vajpayee lost. This time again, the people of Uttar Pradesh will defeat BJP because peasants are committing suicide. Nothing has been done for the unemployed youth. Nothing has been done to uplift. So therefore the BJP will be tested on this and not on the fight on the
Stay with the rules of engagement, Mr. Bhadoria. You promised to
paramount
cooperate
duty
with me,
to
and this was the
support.
1 minute rule which is applying on the Newshour tonight. Mr. Bhadoria, please cooperate with me.
Okay.
And now Sambit Patra understand this. Manohar Parikar's exact quotes 2 days after the surgical strikes, very innovatively compares our forces to Hanuman, saying Indian troops were like Hanuman, who did not know their prowess before the surgical strikes. Isn't that chest thumping? Isn't it a way not right for the defense minister of the country to say the forces don't know their prowess till before a surgical strike? Why would anyone even suggest that the army is not aware of its own ability unless the success of an operation? How can that statement come from the defense minister of this country?
I'll answer that.
Why?
First and foremost,
Why?
I mean, look, I was watching the opposition leaders right now, this 1 minute engagement rule that you have set in. Most of them are fanning and fuming as if Mr. Manohar Parrikar and Mr. Narendra Modi are not their defense minister and prime minister respectively. So what if the prime minister in fact is put in a poster? So what if the defense minister is felicitated in some corner of the country? The defense minister himself said that this felicitation goes to the army and not to me. You can show that soundbite of the defense minister yourself. And to Saba Naqvi, I would say,
Saba on the left.
Saba, in fact,
Saba on the left.
Saba comes usually, if you asked about Kejriwal, if you asked about Rahul Gandhi, the words first escaping from Saba is BJP and RSS. She cannot hear Rahul Gandhi and Kejriwal. And she says, so what? These political parties were just reacting. Saba, these are not just reactions.
What's your point to Saba?
My point is these were not just funny reactions as put by Saba. These were cornering the country because these were providing oxygen to the enemy state, that is Pakistan. When Rahul Gandhi says that this is Khoon ki Dalali, Pakistan puts Rahul Gandhi as the headline. When Kejriwal says, where is the proof? Otherwise I would not believe in the strike, then Kejriwal becomes the hero of Pakistan. So it is not funny and there is not just reaction. If you want to react, well, put on a poster. The Samajwadi...
What do you mean put on a poster?
Yes. Hail the army, hail the prime minister, hail the country and speak the truth about Pakistan. That Pakistan is a terrorist state.
Gaurav is countering. I let Gaurav counter come in first. 1 second. Gaurav and Sudhindra Bhadoria both can't speak at the same time. Gaurav is responding. Listen to him, Gaurav.
Why did the politicization start? It only started because the BJP started to take cheap political mileage out of surgical strikes that were conducted in national interest. You have to introspect tonight.
Did you ask this question to Sanjay Nirupam? Did you ask this question to Sanjay Nirupam the first day Sanjay Nirupam came and held a press conference saying that all these surgical strikes were fake? And in fact, the army was acting at the behest of political masters. Did you oppose that?
We expect that people who hold high constitutional positions will act with responsibility. Mr. Sanjay Nirupam is not the defense minister of the country. And for your
I have a question to Gaurav Bhatia. 1 second, Gaurav Bhatia, Prafulla Ketkar will respond on the other side.
30 seconds.
No 30-second extension. Sambit Patra. Wait a minute. No extension. Gaurav, hear me. I have a question for you. Gaurav Bhatia, second round with you, please. Gaurav Bhatia, 42 minutes past 9 and you have to listen to me, please. Gaurav Bhatia, 42 minutes past 9 means 12 minutes left on the debate. Hear me and please stop when I ask you to stop. Prafulla Ketkar will be responding on the other side. Question here is this. What surprises me most about these posters is this angle of communalism. This is what the poster says. Poster मेरे पास है, इसको हिंदी में पढ़ देता हूं. सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक को अंजाम देकर पूरे विश्व में भारत का मान बढ़ाने वाली हमारे सेना हीरो है. सेना के नाम पर जहरीली राजनीति करके सांप्रदायिकता फैलाने वाले तत्व जीरो हैं. सांप्रदायिकता फैलाने वाले तत्व जीरो हैं. In other words, the Indian army who has glorified us in the world after the strikes is the hero, and anyone who spreads poison in the name of politics and creates communalism is zero. Cringeworthy. Cringeworthy. You spare nothing. Sambit and Gaurav, understand this is going too far now, and Gaurav, please understand this. What does communalism have to do with a military operation? Gaurav Bhatia, I've given you 30 seconds to respond to that. Communalism has nothing to do with a military operation.
God.
You are the ones who through this poster are drawing the communal angle to it. How do you drag in communal, not communal politics? 1 second. You respond after Gaurav Bhatia. Yeah.
I have already mentioned. Yes, I've already mentioned, Arnab, that poster should not have...
Nobody has the right this is a very serious issue. Mr. Goswami, thanks. I had just that point. I have not seen the poster thoroughly, but putting it Sampradayik angle, a communal angle to India, Pakistan,
I'm saying.
This is absolutely, I would like to see the poster.
Please listen to me. Don't see now. I think you are pretty.
I'm going to the poster, Mr. Bhatia. You have to do some serious answering tonight. Surgical strike को अंजाम देकर पूरे विश्व में भारत का सेना के नाम पर जहरीली राजनीति करके सांप्रदायिकता फैलाने वाले तत्व. Sampradaikta, now just tell me, what is this Hindu-Muslim divide in surgical strike, Mr. Bhatia? Mr. Bhatia, what is the Hindu-Muslim divide in surgical strike? If Pakistan, are you doubting the patriotism of Indian Muslims? Are you doubting the patriotism of Indian Muslims?
Have
Mr.
your
Bhatia,
conduct-
are you
have
doubting
your
the
conduct
patriotism
in a
of Indian
manner
Muslims?
that
Do
can
you
take
mean to
along
say that
all
Indian
political
Muslims
Okay,
are
parties?
trying to
hear each other. Now you stop. Now you stop. Gaurav Bhatia. Gaurav, no, 30 seconds. Gaurav Bhatia after that. After Gaurav.
I'm saying it on your face. We doubt your
This is
intentions.
a
No, no, get it, get it,
We
get it.
doubt the
I can't get it, I
intentions
can't
of
get it,
BJP
wait.
leadership, which is trying to politicize this. This is the issue of national interest.
No, one second.
Please don't politicize this.
Gaurav, I'm asking you a question again.
This is
Gaurav
not
Bhatia,
the way
can you
to
hear me?
politicize.
Gaurav Bhatia,
I
can you
have
hear
very
me?
simple
Okay,
question,
one
Gaurav.
second. We also
Yeah.
have Sudhindra Bhadoria wanting to
I
come in,
can
but
hear you.
Mr. Bhadoria, just wait a while. Gaurav Bhatia, listen to me. Just
Mr.
take a deep breath
Arnab
and listen to
Goswami,
me.
give
Listen.
me 15 seconds. Mr. Goswami, can you give me 15
Give him 15
seconds? And
seconds,
then
he
you
will
can
repeat what
continue.
Mayawati ji said yesterday in the rally. Muslims don't give vote
Whatever
to
I
political parties. Don't waste your vote, give it to me. So all these communal parties, their truth has been exposed tonight by this
are not
poster.
celebrating the Shera,
You
but the
cannot
Prime
decide
Minister
what I
is
will
going to
speak.
Lucknow to celebrate
You
the
think
Shera.
that you are
What
going
message
to-
are you
So why are
sending?
you-
No, no,
Delhi?
no, no,
only one who
Okay,
knows.
Are the families of the
Sudhindra
Bhatia
Bhadoria,
celebrating
Sudhindra
this the
Gaurav,
Shera?
let Mr.
Can I
Bhadoria
come
come in.
yourself.
Gaurav, let Mr. Bhadoria
Ask
come in.
yourself.
Don't do
Are the
Gaurav, let
families
Mr.
of the
Bhadoria
Bhatia
come in. Gaurav,
celebrating
Mr.
the
Bhadoria
Shera
must be
this
allowed
time?
to come in. Gaurav, 1 minute, wait.
As a
One
token of
Mr. Bhadoria.
solidarity
Can I
with
come
them,
in
we
for
should not
15
celebrate
seconds
the
or not?
Shera.
Let me know.
Mr. Bhadoria.
Can I come in for 15 seconds?
Yeah.
With your permission, can I come in for 15 seconds?
Yes, sir.
My point is that it is Mr. Sambit Patra who is saying that the country should stand and opposition, particularly with the defense minister and the prime minister. What happened to Atal Bihari Vajpayee when China attacked India? Why did they not stand up with the prime minister? The defense minister V.K. Krishna Menon had to resign. What are they talking? The kind of language they had heard, the kind of abuses they had heard. So please go back, see your track record,
Bhadoria,
and then you teach us
Mr.
about history,
Bhadoria,
and then you teach us about
Sir, you are a very
behavior,
senior
the
politician.
opposition, how it should
Please
conduct
get your
itself.
facts
Mr. Bhadoria, time
right.
up.
Please get your facts right. First of all,
No, we know
making
across the country,
wrong
Bharatiya
factual
Janasangh
statements.
across the country
First of all,
made the kind of remarks.
Mrs.
Those are
Gandhi
supported
did
by
not
the Indian
need
army.
Time is up.
They
I gave you
supported the
15
Indian
seconds when you
army.
asked for it, sir. Mr. Bhadoria, I gave you 15 seconds when you asked for it. Hear the other side, Mr. Bhadoria.
Mr.
Short time.
Bhadoria, let me remind you, in 62, after China war, everybody
Why
stood by the then government.
Come on,
V.K.
Mr.
Krishna
What are
Menon
you
had to
talking? What
resign on
about
corruption
Mr.
charges and not because of China.
Which was smart
Please
that
get
he
your
gave.
facts right.
Defense
In
What are you talking?
1971,
Krishna
you
Menon
said
had to resign,
Mrs.
and
Gandhi
that is
lost
why
after that.
Mr. Y.P. Chavan had to become the
advanced the
defense
elections
minister of this
and
country.
won
What
by
are you
thumping
talking?
majority. So you are making factually
Please go
wrong
and check your facts.
You are making wrong
The
statements.
defense
Okay,
minister had to
Please,
resign.
please try and
So
understand.
you
And
choose your
what I'm
facts
seeing
and
and
suit
what I'm
yourself.
seeing
That
in
is
you
not.
MR
It
Venkatesh
will
Saba
apply
back
to
on
it.
the
They
debate.
hit back on
MR
you.
Venkatesh Saba. MR Venkatesh Saba. Please, everyone
Arnab.
can't speak together. There's a point
Yeah,
here tonight.
yeah, can I-
One of the posters that we put
Yeah,
here.
should
Give
I-
one second. Saba,
So
listen.
should I
Saba and
speak?
MR. Saba and MR, the 1 minute rule applies to both of you as well.
Yeah.
Question is simple. Saba, you have
Yeah.
a problem with the BJP putting up,
Yeah,
Shiv Sena
yeah.
putting up pictures of the
But
Prime
let's not
Minister,
speak
etc.,
on-
what you call chest thumping. But I think what is worst and unacceptable, Saba, and you are going to debate at this part with MR Venkatesh, is if you are pulling communalism on a poster with the military strikes. The Indian armed forces are not communal, have no religious color. They are about integrating the country. They are about people from different parts of the country being posted in different parts of the
I
country.
agree.
And when you are
Absolutely.
on the border or the LOC, when you're defending your nation, when you take the hits and when you strike back,
I agree.
you are not from any state or religion. You are from the Republic of India. It is only and
I agree
only
entirely.
about the Republic who we defend.
absolutely
My
agree.
question is, why is communalism being put on a poster about the strikes? And if this is the direction that one is going to take, I don't know where one is going to stop.
So
Saba.
should
I really
reply?
don't. Yeah, because you have problems with the BJP taking credit and chest thumping and all that, but what about this?
Arnab, having no, so can I?
Okay.
I agree with you. I do have a problem with that. But by the time, and let me say this, Arnab, don't the army life as such, I've grown up in Delhi with my closest friends in the cantonment, as does my daughter. So let's be very clear, we know how secular, how well brought up, at least for the officers' children, the kind of
but does the Samajwadi Party know?
Well-rounded kids they are. We all know that. Okay. Now, but. No, now what? Yeah, I agree with you. I mean that poster.
No, what is MR will
ridiculous. This one is despicable. So what is happening? What is happening? Can I just one more point, Arnab? But the problem here is, like I repeat, is that I'm sure the Prime Minister will make a dignified speech. It will be a political speech tomorrow because he has to reply. But the problem is happening at the grassroots.
No. Only one line against communalism. Only one line against communalism, then she runs to the Prime Minister.
Okay, watch it.
No.
MR is countering it.
Arnab, the Prime Minister. Arnab, the Prime Minister has not opened his mouth. You cannot make a presumptuous understanding of the whole situation and then say the Prime Minister will say this and then go on to lampoon him. Two, as far as the communalization angle is concerned, let us be very clear. There are sections of the people who believe that a strong army definitely and crossing the LOC, hitting at the terrorists, hits also at their vote bank. This is the gross truth of the whole matter. The gross truth of the matter is army crossing LOC hits at the vote bank.
All right, 1 minute. MR wants observation.
No.
Do I have a right to make an observation? Sambit, do I have a right to make an observation?
Yes.
Can I make an observation? Gaurav, please allow me 30 seconds on my own show to make an observation, please. Thanks very much. My observation is this. According to Gaurav, Sambit and Gaurav, Saba and Mr. Bhadoria, those who say surgical strikes are fake and are jumla are not politicizing it, but the Prime Minister who's not said a word is. Those who say Khoon ki Dalali are not politicizing it, but the Prime Minister
wrong.
has not said a
No,
word.
wrong.
Those who bring in the communal element are not politicizing it, but the Prime Minister who's not said a word is Gaurav. Now that's beyond absurd to me. Gaurav is debating with Sambit Patra on this one. After him, not over him. After him, not over him. Gaurav and Sambit.
Tonight, Arnab, any Indian who asks for proof from the government that surgical strikes have been conducted has been acting against the interest of the nation, and the government is not bound to produce any such proof. We believe the government. But I would again say that if the Prime Minister of the country warned the BJP leaders that don't indulge in chest thumping, there must be a reason. He was referring to senior BJP leaders who, without missing an opportunity, started politicizing the issue. And I think even the BJP spokesperson cannot go against
I have a very sinister plot to unfold now.
1 minute counter, then we close the debate.
One more thing. The army of the country does not belong to any political party or the government.
I'll not use the usual words. I am
1 second, Sambit is countering Gaurav. Hear him.
I am going to use my scalpels tonight to show what the reality is. After the poster that has been produced over here, the communalism poster of Samajwadi Party, now the story becomes extremely clear. First, Rahul Gandhi makes a comment saying that this is Khoon ki Dalali. Then Mayawati jumps into the phrase saying that Muslims don't vote, don't waste your vote by casting your vote for Samajwadi Party or the Congress. Cast your vote for me. And then suddenly Akhilesh Yadav feels, my God, all of them have gone in for the Muslim vote. Let me support Rahul Gandhi by saying that I stand with your Khoon ki Dalali. What these leaders are trying to do is they are trying to question the patriotism of Indian Muslims. They are trying to divide the Indian society on the lines of Hindus and Muslims. It is a very sinister plot which has been unearthed today because of these posters. How are these things communal? And Saba,
closing the debate now.
Saba needs a rebut. Saba needs a rebut. You ask your question to Saba is, Saba, do you go against the poster? Saba's answer is, I do not know the poster. But what will the Prime Minister speak tomorrow? Saba, the Prime Minister has not spoken a word. Do you endorse the communalism poster?
I thank you all. And I say today, a day before the Dussehra, let this stop. We've had enough of this. Let this stop. Today I say that it's gone on for 12 days since the surgical strikes. Let it stop. Stop it. Don't stretch it to the UP elections. To everyone, Prafulla, Ketkar, Sambit, Patra, Gaurav, Bhatia, Mr. Bhadoria, MR, Venkatesh and Saba, thank you for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you. Thank you.